this crusade, it says the New Angliston Seventh-day Adventist Church presents Hope for the Final Crisis. And there are going to be two speakers. The first one is our technician. Yes, our very own technician, Pastor Lyndon Williams. He will be one of the lead speaker at this crusade. And the second speaker will be Elder Andrew Hanna. And this will all be happening virtually, so you don't have to leave home to hear and experience this conference. That's the great thing about it. You can come just as you are. You know that topic, just as I am. So you can come to this conference just as you are. Pastor Linda said he is opening up this big crusade effort. So he will be the first speaker. So you don't want to miss it. It's from October 17th through, so it's already started, the 30th. All right. So I think 17th to the 30th. The time, glad you asked the question. It starts at 7 p.m. Thursdays are the only nights off. So Thursday is an off night. You could rest. You can do whatever you want, but it's happening throughout the week. So you don't, like I said, want to miss it. Pastor Lyndon says, once again, stress the fact that he will be preaching tonight. And so he wants you in the house. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Facebook. The Zoom password is on the flyer. The Zoom ID is 956-8068-9430. And of course, there's a passcode 354309. Once again, this crusade is going on. It's the New Angliston Seventh-day Adventist Church with a crusade. The name of the crusade, Hope for the Final Crisis, and it's happening October 17th through 13th. Man, Pastor Williams is expecting you to be there. So don't disappoint him. Beat him there. So see you tonight at the Hope for the Final Crisis crusade. That's our promotion number one.
And we are coming up on the second one. I'll stop this share for now. But Jackie has two special announcements she wants to make. I'm going to pull up the first flyer and share that one with you. So go ahead, Jackie, right here.
All right, listen up, friends. I'm hoping when we get on the radio, we can once again promote this particular celebration of hope. That's what it is, a celebration of hope. It's a hero's joining. MG Rebirth International. Okay, MG Rebirth International is inviting you to join us on the 31st of October, Sunday the 31st of October, time 8:30 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be a virtual conference, and at this particular time, MG hosts a special program or conference specifically dealing with encouraging, supporting, and praying for persons who are suffering with various illnesses and diseases, especially cancer. We have, I think we are making a way on the air now. So sorry so much. Especially cancer.
Folks, I just want to apologize for coming on the air late. I'm going to ask Jackie to make those promotion again. As also for the Kiwanis, even though we came on late, but I just want you to know that we will make the time available even as quick as next week. If you feel this week is just too short. Folks, you're joining us live again on Global 99.5, Cable TV 974, Facebook channel, Transforming Lives, Uplifting Men, MG Rebirth, David Williams, Jackie Gardner, as well as the YouTube channel, Uplifting Men, Transforming Life. I want to say a pleasant good afternoon to those of you tuning in. On this Sunday, we apologize again for the late start because of the challenges, but nevertheless, to God be the glory. Great things he has done. And so now we're just going to stay tuned. My co-host, Jackie Gardner, is going to share some promotion right now.
All right. I think we have, this is the first promotion. So once again, we welcome you on board. And I think the gentleman is in the room. I think we can unmute his mic. He's going to be promoting this first, be doing this first promotion. So let's mute his mic. Go right ahead, Minister.
Hi, how are you, Jackie?
Thank you and welcome to the show, Transforming Lives. We apologize for the late start, which is beyond our control, but you have exciting news and we want you to share that with our audience. Go right ahead.
Thank you, Jackie, and hello, Dave. Uplifting man always, transforming lives.
Good to see you, my friend and brother in Christ.
Yes, Dave. Certainly, I am excited, of course, to be a part of the giving process. And as you know, Vanessa is my friend. I'm Baptist, she is Adventist, and we just lock hearts together. I preach, she sing, and we've traveled all over the world. And I am here to help promote this virtual medical benefit concept on behalf of my friend, Divine Lady, Vanessa Clark. And so what we are doing is on the 31st of this month, next Sunday, we are hosting this event in Plead My Cause Part 2, going through. For, in August of 2019, we hosted 2 events for Vanessa, one in Freeport and one here in New Providence, which was very successful. But Vanessa has been challenged seriously with a neurological disorder. And so we have been working and praying with Vanessa and following her in her recovery process. And we are excited to let you know that God is working miraculously in Vanessa's life. And so on next weekend, next Sunday at 8 p.m., Plead My Cause, Volume 2, we're going to ask all of those who love and appreciate Vanessa. I mean, all of you in the gospel music industry who have benefited, have been blessed by the ministry of Vanessa to come and be a part of this concert on next Sunday at 8 p.m. We're looking for you to give donation. We're looking for you to pray. We have a strategic lineup of her ministry through song, The Journey of Vanessa. You're going to hear and experience, and it's going to be an exciting time, and it's going to be virtual.
All right. There you have it. It's going to be virtual. Once again, it's October. Tell us the date once again, sir.
October 31st, 2021. That's next Sunday. We want all of the Adventist community, all of the gospel community, all of the church community, all of the media community. Vanessa has worked throughout media, and she has been an access point for many of us to help uplift us for the work that we're doing. And so we want to be an encouragement to Valerie, her husband and her 2 children and her family. And I just want us to be prayerful. We have been doing warfare prayer throughout the month of October on Vanessa's behalf. And this Sunday coming is the finale of us helping to raise funds for her medical recovery, her sustainable well-being, and also her return to normalcy. So next Sunday night at 8 p.m., the virtual concert on behalf of Vanessa Clark. It will be on Facebook and YouTube stream. Listen here, this is going to be wonderful. It's going to be a time to have a Sunday evening with Vanessa.
Well, thank you so much. Sir, I know I'm going to be there. I'm planning to be there. I have so many friends out there. I'm inviting you to be there. It's going to be, excited, anointed, and it's a worthwhile cause. I can assure you that every dollar that you contribute to this event will go to a worthy cause. So thank you so much for having you on the show, sir. And we will be there. We will be supporting that concert.
Thank you, Jackie.
The only thing I'll say, I'm Reverend Clinton, is send me the GPS location, okay? So I could drive there, okay?
All right, Pastor Dave. Thank you. My brother, take care, and God bless, man.
Okay, thanks.
All right, great to have you on the show.
All right.
All right, Dave. Go ahead, Pastor Linda, with our second promotion in the interest of time. All right, so while he is getting our second flyer up, I don't see it yet, but I'm going to start talking. Okay, he's there. In the interest of time, ladies and gentlemen, another worthwhile cause. MG Rebirth International Ministry presents a celebration of hope. It's a hero's journey. It's a virtual conference that is happening also on October 31st. However, it's happening 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 a.m. So there is no conflict. You can join us that morning. It's going to be virtual in the Zoom room. We have a passcode code there, 837-0817-7951. We are advertising on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are in and everywhere, inviting you. Like when you see our flyers, like our page, share the flyer. But beyond that, we are asking you a couple of things to do, a couple of things very quickly. Mark the date on the calendar so you can be there. That's number one. Number two, we need prayers galore because we know the supernatural will happen. More prayer, more power. So we need your prayers. So please pray for this event. Then invite your friends, invite your enemies, invite your family members, invite any and everyone to this event because we believe that great things, we're expecting great things. It's a hero's journey. So come with us as we share a hero's journey. There will be testimony, there will be praise and worship, there will be an anointed speaker. I'm telling you, this particular pastor, she knows how to put down God's word like none other. Pastor Rosemary Penner, she's from the Legacy, she's the senior pastor of Legacy Church. Pastor Rosemary, like I said, is an anointed woman of God. She is praying, she is believing God for the supernatural. So you need to be there. I'm going to be there. Pastor, well, I'm calling him Pastor Dave. That's the way he's walking. Pastor Dave is going to be there. Pastor Williams is going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. So you do not want to miss it. So once again, as president of MG Rebirth International Ministry, I extend a special invitation for you to be there. Don't miss it. Thank you so much.
Tell them you were honored last night also.
Oh my goodness, you want to hear my voice again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't just speak about myself. I am just humbled. The theme last night was chosen, and Dave and I were chosen to be honored as persons who give back so much to the community. And I want you to know that that happened as a result of our involvement, very much as a result of our involvement with transforming lives. Because like we say on this show, we're just not here to have a show. This is about changing lives. This is what we do every day. We work to change lives. And last night, we had the privilege and the honor as a result of awards being given by Dove to be selected as chosen individuals in the community. And so we had, and I don't know about you, Dave, we had an excellent time. So you can let them know about your experience. We had an intimate crowd and we had a wonderful time. And I am just very humbled by the fact that I've been chosen. And not just that I've been chosen, I had the opportunity to stand with the one and only Mr. David Williams in being chosen. So that's like a double blessing, double special. So thank you so much to all our friends for supporting us. Over to you, the one and only Mr. David Williams.
Thank you. I wish they could see my hair and see how big it is swell up right now. But anyway, nevertheless, we give thanks. I agree. It was a blessing. We thank God for what was done. We know that whatever we seek to do, our lives must always be for the honor and glory of God. And so I know, folks, Jackie will have to leave early because she have another event. I encourage you to share the link, be a part of it. I just want to mention one or two brief things before we get into Kiwanis. Tonight, as you know, you hear them talk about uplifting men. As you know, that's the ministry that the Lord Jesus has laid on my heart. And so we have a meeting for all men tonight. We're planning next month, International Men's Day. We have a number of events planned. My personal number, 433-6917, 433-6917. What's up me? Yes, I will send you the link. We're inviting all men to be a part of this as we plan next month for Men's Month. And we have a series of events, including a show that Sunday, where we will talk about men's health from a spiritual perspective, from a financial perspective, from an emotional perspective, and from a physical, spiritual, financial, and emotional and mental perspective. And we have a number of guests we'll be sharing. We have a ceremonies at the International Men's Day wall at the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center. We have invited a number of other personnel who will be there. We'll be honoring men throughout the Bahamas. So not only New Providence, a number of men will be selected from throughout the Family Islands. And so I'm inviting you to, if you're a male, females, of course, are invited too. But I just want to say, it's being planned to honor men. So we welcome women. If you wish to be a part of tonight, you may be able to give us a contribution, suggestion. It's fine. We never gonna leave our women behind. Women always support us and we support them. That's 433-6917. WhatsApp me. I will send you the link and you can be a part of that meeting at 8 p.m. tonight. Folks, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us. Once again, I offer my apologies. And so we want to talk today with our guests from the Kiwanis, right? This is a service club. I know you've heard a lot about them. They have done a lot of work. Once again, to my Kiwanis folks, I apologize, but we will make up the time even as early as next week if you are available, so you can have the full 1 hour. And I support Jackie. So I will be attending the women's event Sunday, 8 o'clock. Don't you meet me there. You know what you want to do. Beat me there, 8 o'clock. I will be driving wherever the event is held once they send me the GPS directions, as well as the event Sunday night with Pastor Clinton Minnis. I'll be there also. And so today, folks, on this wonderful and beautiful Sunday afternoon, our guests from the Kiwanis Club, and I have a number of questions, and I may cut my questions short because you may have some questions you might want to ask them too, as a part of Kiwanis, okay? And so our guests today, and I'm just looking at it, forgive me again, as I'm trying to get my guest's name, and because Jackie shortly have to leave for meeting, so I'm going to be handling everything today, so I won't be able to maybe report from Facebook as well as from YouTube. My guest today is President Maxine Roll, and I also believe she's accompanied by another guest. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to allow President Maxine Roll to introduce herself, tell us a little about herself, tell us who her guest is, and then I have some questions I will ask about Kiwanis. Who are they? What is Kiwanis all about? Go ahead, madam.
A pleasant good afternoon, Pastor Williams. I am Maxine Larry Roll, the president for the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. And with me this afternoon is Distinguished President Rowena Knowles, and she is also our treasurer at this time.
Good evening.
Okay, so thanks. Let's allow her to introduce herself.
Hi, good evening, everyone. As Madam President said, my name is Rowena Knowles, Distinguished President Rowena Knowles. I currently serve as the treasurer for the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach.
Okay, thanks. So I'm going to get into some questions right away. I hope you don't mind. And at any point, both of you can answer these questions. And the first question I want to know, because you're part of Kiwanis, and each one of you can say personally, why did you join Kiwanis? What is the purpose of Kiwanis? And your role, what does it all involve? President, secretary, treasurer, what does it involve?
Okay, the purpose of Kiwanis is to improve the quality of life for children and families all over the world, in particular here in the Bahamas. I am, like I said earlier, I am the president for the Club of Love, the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. And I joined because I want to serve. I want to see persons have a better life. We have a lot of persons in this community, in the communities, who are hurting because of whatever reason. And that is actually why I joined, because I like to give service, render service, altruistic service.
Go ahead. Your next guest. Same questions apply to you and her, both of you. Why you joined? What is your role in Kiwanis?
Okay, again, right now I am the treasurer of the club. I've been serving as the treasurer for the last 3 years. This is my 3rd year serving as the treasurer. I am also the first female president
Wow,
of the club.
accomplishment.
Wow.
Let everybody pause and give a clap for that. First
Wow,
female
that's
president.
amazing.
Oh, so
Listen,
Ja-
I had to say something to that. Kudos to the woman. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. I've been involved in Kiwanis for 30 years. March will make 30 years since I've been a Kiwanian. I've been a member of Cable Beach Club since 1997, but I was a Kiwanian since 1992. I was previously a member of the Kiwanis Club of New Providence, which is an all-female club, the only all-female club that we have here in the Bahamas. After being invited to a meeting by a good friend of mine and attending the various projects and various meetings and seeing the great need in the community.
Yes.
You know, so many persons are hurting, so many persons are in need. I wanted to give something back, and that was my reason. Plus, I love to work with young persons. And as you know, we have a number of key clubs, builders clubs, K-Kids clubs in the various schools. So that's my main reason to be able to give back to the community in the Bahamas.
Okay, so for any of you ladies, you can answer this. For those who know me, I know you don't know me. My ministry is uplifting men. It's a men's ministry. While I focus with women, men, children, girls, but that's my passion, and that's what I've been called. So tell me now, and as we seek to collaborate together, what was it like when Kiwanis was all male? What were some of the challenges? What caused women to become a part of this organization?
Okay, I think I could answer that better than
Yes, I
President.
think.
Well, like I said, I was a member of the all female club that I had joined in 97. Sorry, in 92. In 97, actually around, 87, Kiwanis International opened up the field for women to join because Kiwanis has been an all-male organization since its inception. And I was invited to a meeting of Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach by late President, distinguished President Eugene Palacios. And being in a club where there were all females, I wanted some diversity. I wanted, women always go there and support community affairs. And so to me, it was interesting to see how men would do it.
Yes.
And so I, along with a couple other females, joined the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. And let me tell you, it was an experience for me. I'm a very tiny person, short and tiny in stature. So there were these, big guys who, any organization where there's men, that's the boys' club.
Okay.
So yeah, I was this tiny little woman coming there and want to change things. So it was rough. Actually, there were a number of members of Cable Beach Club who left the club.
Okay.
Because
so sad.
It was sad because we all here to serve.
That's
shouldn't
correct.
have anything to do with gender.
Right.
They actually left the club. I remember an experience because I'm a former banker, and I was at work, and one of the former presidents who was in the club who had left, he came into the bank, and of course I know him from Kiwanis, so I gave him this big hail, and he was actually cold, very, very, very cold with me, and I'm like, why are you carrying on like that? And his remark was, I don't know why y'all women don't stay where y'all supposed to be, and stop getting in things that don't involve you. I was really, really shocked. But it was rough at the beginning.
Yes.
Because these guys, they had their way of doing things, and us women, we like to change things. We like to be different, and so it was really rough, especially when we have our board meetings. We have a board that meet once a month where we decide the business of the club, and so when things came up that I wanted to change, I was really knocked down a couple of times by a number of the presidents, but I didn't let it change my mind from doing what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I had a backing of the distinguished president, Eugene Palacios. He always supported me. Actually, with three presidents himself. He was always there. He said, Rowena, don't worry about them. You come here, just do what you got to do.
Right.
And then there was distinguished President Charles Johnson, who's also deceased. And actually, it was so crazy because he was one of those guys who fought with me every time I said I wanted to do something. He was like, no, that ain't gonna happen, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, he was one of my staunch supporters. And another past president, distinguished president, James Mackey, who became a friend and a real supporter who always patted me on my back and say, no, you keep on doing it. So eventually they got over it.
Yes.
A couple of persons, I think it was one or two guys who came back, who would have come back, who would have left. They came back. And so today we actually have a membership of 67. And that's 6 out of the 67 members. We have 45 females and 22 males. So we've come a long way.
Okay, that's excellent. Somebody say Cable Beach Rock, Kiwanis of Cable Beach. So for Madam President, let's talk about, I heard that she talked about the youth, right? So let's hear the Madam President tell us about what projects do you do for the youth and some of the other projects, or do you only specialize in the youth? So let's go back to this new president now, and let her tell us something about this Kiwanis of Cable Beach and some of the projects. I see Joan Knowles, she's a proud Kiwanian for Cable Beach.
We don't only specialize in youth, Pastor Williams, we specialize in everyone. We leave no one out. Yes.
Okay.
Like distinguished President Treasurer Rowena said, we cater with the schools. We work with the schools. We have several clubs. We have the key clubs at St. John's, C.I. Gibson, Anatole, and C.C. Sweeting. We have builders clubs at Anatole Rogers and St. John's College. And we also have K-Kids at Progress Academy, Eva Hilton, Faithway Academy, Stephen Dillard, T.G. Glover, Sadie Curtis, and Thelma Gibson. And these kids are so innovative that they have their own projects. They have fundraisers. They give back to the needy. You would be surprised to know what these kids can think of and what they do just to help the less fortunate. They are awesome. They are totally, totally awesome.
So
they give back just like how the big club would go would give back. These kids, they do the same thing, only in their innovative ways. They would do their thing.
What do you do to keep them motivated? Like the pandemic just happened, and what do you do to keep them motivated?
Are you speaking about the kids or the members, the adult members?
The adult members. I see the pandemic just gone, and a lot of people lost jobs, and they face so much challenges. So what did Kiwanis Cable Beach do? What part did you play during this pandemic?
Well, once you join a service leadership organization like the Kiwanis, that's motivation just wearing your K. That's motivation itself. And then we also, we have a human and spiritual realm of the club that motivates. We have our spiritual word every morning by one of our human and spiritual members. And then we also celebrate our members. If they have some accomplishment, we would celebrate them, birthdays, work accomplishments, whatever, we would highlight them. And also right now in our club, to keep the members motivated and to get them into gear and going, we have split our club members into teams of love. Remember now, the Cable Beach Club was established on the 14th of February. So they're known as the Club of Love. So all of our teams now have members that are synonymous to love. So it's a competition going on, and the members are motivated. They're raring to go, and they're trying to see who's going to get the prize at the end of the year, at the end of this admin year. So they're motivated, and like I said, just with them giving service and bearing the K, that is motivation enough for them.
the fact that you're all doing all of this work, you all must have a lot of money. How do you all get funding? How do you provide for, all of this work you do? Kiwanis gotta have plenty of money.
No, sir, Kiwanis does not have plenty money, sir. Everything, all of our projects, we have fundraisers. Or we have Kiwanians who do give, but we're not a rich organization. Every year we would have one of our signature projects, which is our stakeout and our antique auto show, which is normally held on our Key. We had it this year, but we had to do it at a smaller scale because of the pandemic. We had to have a drive-through event.
Yes.
And then we have other little projects. We also had a jerk out, a south out, just to raise funds to give back to the community.
Right, and I need to let the folks know, I'm a part of a board member, Prison Fellowship Bahamas, and you supported us with gifts for children who lost their parents to murder, as well as children whose parents are incarcerated.
Yes. We're looking at doing that again this year because for the past couple of years, we've been doing that. And I think it's the community church in the Grove, where we would have a service every Christmas, just before the week of Christmas. We would have the members purchase gifts. We call it the angel tree.
That's correct.
Yes, the members would select a name, and whatever name of that child who they would select, they would have to purchase a gift for that child. And then we would have this service at the church with some of the children there. And we would just present these gifts to those kids. And we would also sing carols.
That's right. Excellent. Excellent. And I just want you, because like we said, we have a short time over the air between you and your treasurer, your secretary, right? You can just share as much as you want to share. We can continue once we sign off over Zoom, but just to get the information to those persons who are tuning in by Cable TV 974, as well as Global 99.5, more things about Kiwanis, how they can become a member, if they desire to, let's just get the information out there.
Yes. Okay. One can be invited to a meeting. Our meetings are held every Wednesday. Right now, because of the pandemic, we are on Zoom.
Right.
We have a link. Yes, we are on Zoom. However, we can also be contacted on Twitter at club_Cable Beach, Instagram. That's Instagram, Cable Beach 0214. We're also on Facebook. Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach, and you can also email us at kiwaniscablebeach@gmail.com. And like I said, you can also be invited to a meeting. Our meetings are held every Wednesday on Zoom at 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. So if you want to attend a meeting, all you have to do is send your information to one of the addresses that I would have given you, and we would share the link with you to attend the meeting.
So when you think, and not to cause any jealousy with all of the other Kiwanis clubs, but when you hear Kiwanis Cable Beach, is there one or two projects that stand out that is your signature project, I'll call it, that you can think of right now?
Our signature project is the feeding of our precious pearls at the geriatrics. Every first part of the year, the first month in the year, the members actually, we get together, we cook a meal, a scrumptious meal for our precious pearls at the geriatrics hospital. Our last project, we were able to go there, but we could not fellowship with the precious pearls there at the hospital. So we just prepared the meal and we took it to them. So hopefully this year we will be able to go in and communicate and fellowship with them.
But
so that is our signature project.
Okay. Let your treasurer know anytime she want to come in, she can come in, right? Yes. So based on what you said, because I just wanted to join you all just to add that to my resume. But based on what you just shared, that ain't happening. If I can join Kiwanis Cable Beach, I must come prepared to work and do something, not just to have that attached to my resume.
You have to work. You have to work. You can chime in, DP, Rowena.
Yes, Mr. Williams, as Madam President said, it is a working club. I know just yesterday we had what we call the Kiwanis one-day project. And what that means is that Kiwanis is an international organization.
Okay.
We have clubs in over 80 countries in the world. And yesterday, all the Kiwanis clubs throughout the world did a community service project. So all the clubs in Nassau, along with our key clubbers, K-Kids, Builders Club members, we met at the Bonefish Pond off Cowpen Road. And we took plans and planted different trees and plants and everything. We helped clean up the place. We helped search for seeds and replant them because they're trying to open up the pond to plant some more different type trees. So that was a well attended project, and it was so gratifying to see so many kids out there, so many Kiwanians. You know, it was really, especially in this time when we haven't been able to. I think this is the first project that we've gotten together like this since the COVID came in. But what is gratifying with Kiwanis is when you go out there and you assist persons in the community. Like I know one of our projects we did last year during COVID was we made up some food boxes.
Yes.
We delivered over 100 plus food boxes to different persons in Nassau. Okay, persons we would have gotten names from our churches, from different family members, from different Kiwanians, and we actually delivered them one day. We just, everybody just took off in a certain direction. We delivered them. We also do a lot of breakfasts in the community, like Camp Road and Adelaide, Gambia, those different areas. So it's really, really good when you go there and you're able to see how persons come out and they just so happy to to be able to get some food, a hot meal, breakfast, or some toys for their kids or whatever. So anybody who is in Kiwanis, they have to have a heart.
Yes.
They have to have a heart and want to give and want to help. Even one of the things that I miss, especially because of COVID, is hanging out with the kids at the different homes and stuff, because that's a kind of no now because of COVID. So in my 30 years in Kiwanis, it's good when I meet kids on the street, or different places, and they recognize me and they're able to relate to when our club did this or our club did that. So
yes,
Kiwanis is a really it's really fulfilling. But like I said, you have to have a heart. Don't come in there looking for something to put on your resume, because it don't come.
Oh, but I ain't joining you all in. I only wanted to add to my resume. I ain't coming.
No. You gotta come prepared to work, and you gotta come prepared. Like Madam President say, most of our projects, we do have some fundraising events, but like in the last 2 years, everybody has had a hard time. So we have members. A lot of our stuff are funded by members in the club, who go into their pockets personally and donate not only monies, but also go in their cupboards and donate food, furnitures and everything. So last week we had two projects last Saturday. Yes. One of them we met at Stephen Dillard School with some of the kids, and we assisted them in making masks and little cushions. That was so good, because it's good to see them learning something. All right. And then later on that evening, we had collected some grocery items and different stuff that we donated to a family in Adelaide. So even though it's COVID, we still try to find ways to do all of our projects in the different areas in the Bahamas.
Okay, thanks. I just want to pause for a minute. Pastor Williams, I want you to run that promo for me, please, with Grantstown's Seventh Adventist Church. So while he's pulling it up, I also want to invite you out to Philadelphia is also doing a virtual service tonight under the theme Audacity of Faith with Dr. Peter Joseph. And so you can simply go on Facebook, YouTube, and look under Audacity of Faith and be a part of it, as well as the Grantstown Seventh Adventist Church and the New Angliston Seventh Adventist Church. So I'm just asking Pastor Williams if you're able to pull up that promo for us just before we go off the radio. Also want to remind you of the special event with Jackie Gardner. That's 8 a.m. Next week, Sunday morning. Also, you just heard Pastor Clinton Minnis talking about a virtual concert for Vanessa. And I know we'll talk more about that next week on the show Sunday, because it'll be next week, Sunday night, so that you can get an opportunity to promote and be a part of it. Pastor Williams, can we get that a promo up for Grantstown? And so, folks, while you're tuning in, just while he's waking on that, I also want to remind you of the event for the men's. We're having a meeting for men's in preparation for International Men's Day. You can simply WhatsApp me at 433-6917. I will send you the link 8 o'clock tonight as we're discussing honoring some men and a number of men's event. 433-6917. Take that number down, send me a WhatsApp. I'll send you the link. And we're inviting men and women. If women want to come, fine. But we're just planning a series of events to honor our men. And we are supported by the Department of Gender and Family Affairs. So we just need to let you know that we work together. And that's why I agree with Treasurer Knowles, right? No barriers, men and women working together. We all go into the same heaven, and we all can see the same Jesus, amen?
Amen.
So we ain't gonna be the man in this part of heaven and the woman in this part of heaven, or the Haitian in this part of heaven and the Jamaican. Sometimes, folks, and this is off the topic, but I honestly just wonder how we just live here and we say we all going to the same heaven. What is it gonna be like? Is the Jamaicans gonna be in one part of heaven, and then the Haitians gonna be here, and the Bahamians gonna be in the Americans? In Christ, we all are one. There's only one Christ. So we better get along, men, women, boys, girls, everybody. Sad to say, we got to even love those who are not of the faith, right? And that's the transgender, the homosexual, whatever. We got to even love them also. We don't agree, but we got to love them. Pastor Williams, if we can't get that promo, then what I want to do, we're going to have to, okay. And somebody says, congratulations on the award last night. Thank you. We have to go off the radio and the television in another minute or two, but we can still continue the conversation on Zoom. When we come back, I will allow persons to unmute their mic. They may have questions they might want to ask you about Kiwanis, to ensure that they don't want to join like myself, just to add another organization, because my resume long with organizations. If you see that, right, you'll be all night reading that, long. But they're looking for people. That's Sophia Hannah. Oh, she said, congratulations. Sophia, good to see you, good to hear from you. We grew up and we come out of Baintown. Can anything good come out of Baintown? And that's me and Sophie Hunter. So folks, we're signing off now. I want to tell you, you have been listening to Transforming Lives on Global 99.5, Cable TV 974. We're all the way from Grand Bahama in the north to Inagua in the south. Also via Facebook, Zoom, YouTube. We're here every Sunday on Global 99.5, Cable TV 975. Every Sunday, 4 to 5. We end the program the way we always end it. Jackie and I, on behalf of my co-host Jackie, who are another meeting. One thing we always want you to remember on this program, there's nothing, listen to me closely, clearly, there's nothing more important than having a relationship with Jesus Christ. I am not talking about your church, nor my church. I am not talking about your denomination, nor my denomination, because none of that will save us. Jesus Christ saves. I can't judge you. If you have your relationship with Christ, you can't judge me. All we say, there's nothing more important than having your personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Dave Williams, Jackie Gardner on the program Transforming Lives, Global 99.5, encouraging you have a wonderful afternoon. Folks, I just want to say we can continue. What I want to do now, we are off the radio live. We're still on Facebook. We're still on YouTube. And so I want to ask you if you have a question or comment in relating to Kiwanis. This is an opportunity now to unmute your mic, Pastor Williams. Allow them to unmute their mic, and you can ask any one of our guests a question, or you may share your experience with Kiwanis Cable Beach. We're open right now for questions or comments. Okay, don't seem like nobody have a question or comment or want to share, so it's open now to Madam President and Madam Treasurer. You all continue then. Oh, I see Joan have a hand. Unmute your mic. Can we make sure her mic is unmute? Let's hear from Joan.
Pleasant good evening. It is unmuted. I thank you very much for hosting us, Madam President, distinguished President, Treasurer Knowles. I want to say what I wanted to add was the requirements to enter Kiwanis. You must also be vetted. We are a serious organization, and because we deal with children, we have to make sure that those persons who are joining are of reputable character. And so you definitely need the police to bring a police certificate to the organization. And I really like that, because our children are precious. And once something negative happens to them, not only does it destroy the organization or weaken the organization, but it totally messes up our children's minds. And we are not about that. We are about ensuring that our country is filled with persons who are empathetic and who are patriotic, and persons who learn how to deal with challenges as they come. And so we want to make sure that our children are always protected, always safe. And I always say to our K kids, if they go somewhere and I'm not there, I always say to them, you're in good hands, you're in Kiwanis hands. And so once they see that K, they know they are covered, they are protected. And so wanting everyone to know who might be in our radio audience that you also need to make sure that you get your police record. But I've been in Kiwanis. I love it. I love it from I was in school, primary school, when it was Kiwanis, and then the Key Club, and then I searched and searched. And one day my sister, she had a friend at that time who is now her husband. She said, I have a friend who was in Kiwanis and his name is Charles Isaacs. And I said, oh my gosh, you've got to get me to hook up. And she said, wonderful, no problem. And that is how I ended up. My sponsor was Charles Isaacs. And so I've never regretted one day being a part of Kiwanis. And I want to send a special shout out to our president, who has only been in there in the seat of president for the past 2 months. Well, October, 1 month.
1 month.
So it's going to be 2. and by next week, it'll be 2. But 1 month, and she's doing an awesome job. And so, Madam President, hats off to you. Thank you, Dave, for hosting us.
Thanks very much. So if are there others who wish to share, make a contribution? You can unmute your mic and make your contribution with Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach.
Pastor Dave, just adding to DP Jones' thing just now concerning the checks, even with our advisors, with our kids in the schools, they also have to go through a check with Kiwanis International. So it doesn't just stop here with us here in the Bahamas. Kiwanis International would also do a background check on our advisors, including our club members. Yes.
Excellent. Anybody else want to unmute, make a contribution or share? If not, then I can allow our guests to continue to share. We got another 10 or 15 minutes, because I know it only promised them an hour, but so if there's anybody else want to make any contribution in terms of Kiwanis, what has been, any questions they want to ask?
Good afternoon, everyone, and especially Brother Willie, how are you?
Wonderful.
Just to give a little snippet on Kiwanis. It's one of the best organizations I must ever join, and it's really fulfilling. You get to help the less fortunate, especially children. That's my passion, and I never regretted joining Kiwanis yet. So definitely this will look good in your portfolio.
Okay. Oh, thanks. So that's all you wanted to share. Okay. Well, thanks. We appreciate it. Anybody else want to make a contribution? If not, then we go back to Madam President and Treasurer. They share a little more.
I would just like to mention too that each year We also donate 2 scholarship awards, both of them in memory of 2 of our deceased presidents. As I mentioned before, distinguished President Charles Johnson, he had a mechanic shop, and in memory of him, we started a scholarship at BTVI, where we donate a scholarship to deserving student. And we also have a Giles Wells Scholarship at UB. And for the first time this year, before we used to give it to one person, but this year we actually assisted 3 of our key club members, and we divided the funds to them. They are attending UB, so that even made a more personal impact because we worked with these kids, so we know, they've contributed to Kiwanis, so it was just good that they were able to receive these awards from us at UB.
Okay, thanks. And like I was saying, right? You've done an excellent job. It's so good to know that people go to work. It's service club, and obviously it's not a paid job. So in other words, for a person like me who's looking to earn a little extra income, I mustn't come to Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. Go elsewhere.
Yes, sir.
Yes, go elsewhere.
Okay, right.
So you could come and bring your bank book though.
Okay, it's on the way. It's coming. It's coming. It's on the way. Where is this year, next year, or the year after? But it's coming. I know they're on the way. When I can't say.
I'm very good at collecting money.
Oh, yeah,
yes, she is.
Okay, you're right. You're the treasurer. So, folks, I just want to, because I know I promised these folks an hour. I don't want to keep them no longer than their time. If there's any other contribution you want to make, anything else you want to share just before we sign off of Zoom, and I will stay in contact with you so we can do the program again. Like I said, another time. I'm sorry for what happened, but I'll stay in touch with you, even if through Joan, to see if you want to do it another time, earliest next week. Okay. So maybe then let's share some final remarks. What final remarks you'd like to leave with our folks here who's still remaining on the Zoom, who's on Facebook and YouTube? Because remember now, people are on now, and these are shared in all of the various groups and Facebook pages. And so there are people who will be watching this later, okay? What final remarks, information you want to leave with them?
Well, Pastor Williams, I would like to say to those out there in the virtual world, the Kiwanis organization is an organization of volunteers. Like we said, we get most of our funding through fundraisers and sometimes out of pocket. And this is the best organization in the world to join. We are about 700 members strong in the Bahamas. We have 8 clubs here in Nassau, several in 2 in Eleuthera, several in Abaco and Grand Bahama and Exuma. They're service oriented, and we love what we do. So all of those out there, if you want to join, I passed the information a short time ago on how you can get in contact with us. You can be invited to a meeting, or you can get in contact with us online through our emailing address or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And like
you saw in the chat, someone is saying, how can I join? You saw someone just placed that in the chat.
I'm saying that you can get in contact with us. You can email us, or you can go to our Instagram page. You can get us on Twitter or on Facebook. Once you put your information in, someone would get back to you, and you would get the link on how to join. And when we would be having our meetings, like I said, our meetings are every Wednesday at 7:30 via Zoom. So I encourage all out there, once you have that heart for service, serving the community, serving the children, one child at a time, no child left out. You want to see that smile on some child's face when you give them something tangible. Those in need, join Kiwanis.
Just don't come to get it on your resume. I would just
like to leave.
Go ahead.
I would just like to leave this with the listening audience. Sometimes Bahamians tend to want to support persons outside the Bahamas as opposed to right here. There are a lot of persons out there who are in need, especially in the last 2 years after Dorian and after But we're still going through the COVID. There's a lot of persons that have lost their jobs and everything like that. So even if you don't want to become a member of the club and you just want to assist in any way, you can contact us. You just want to donate any kind of funds or tablets or anything. You know, there's a lot of kids still out there who in need of tablets for school. You know, just contact us and somebody will be able to assist. You don't have to say who it's from, but you know, help is needed out there in our nation. Thank you.
Okay, so go ahead. Someone had something to say? Okay, no. All right, so I want to thank both of you ladies for coming on. Thank Joan. Thank you for the work you're doing. As I've said, I am familiar with you through, I hosted Joan and Miyaka sometime year before last. And as a result of it, that's how that partnership was formed with Prison Fellowship Bahamas. And so I know for a fact that you have supported us in the past and will continue to in the future, because I want you to remember a lot of people support a lot of other ministries, but prison ministry does not get that support like a lot of organizations, because persons have taken the view of they have done the crime, so now they ought to spend the time. And I always say this to them, remember, these young men and ladies will return back to society, then what? But I appreciate the fact that what you're doing for the children, right? I appreciate that, as well as children whose parents are murdered, right? Also, that's a part of the program. So I want to thank you for the show today. Thank those of you who took the time to listen in. Those of you who are tuning in by Facebook, by YouTube channel, those who will listen later on, because I share this with all of my Facebook groups that I'm in, and I'm in plenty. I want to thank you for the opportunity, encouraging all of you to have a wonderful KiwanisCableBeach@gmail.com to reach them. KiwanisCableBeach@gmail.com to reach them. I want to thank all of you for this opportunity, for taking the time. And we always end the show on transforming lives, recognizing that a true transformation takes place through Jesus Christ, not a church, not a denomination, but through Christ, and absolutely Christ alone, because Jesus gives us that which is far great important. I like to call it the pearl of great price, or the hidden treasure, that is eternal life. All right. So folks, you've been listening to the program Transforming Lives, Global 99.5, Cable TV 974, every Sunday, 4 to 5, Dave Williams, Jackie Gardner, encouraging you to have a wonderful afternoon and reminding you, Grantstown Seventh Adventist Church having a service tonight. They're inviting you. The New Angliston Seventh Adventist Church having a service. They are inviting you. And the Philadelphia Seventh Adventist Church having a service. You can find all of them on Facebook. Don't forget to support Jackie and the Pink Rain next week, Sunday morning at 8 a.m. and Reverend Clinton Minnis, a concert for Vanessa Roll. And last but not least, men's meeting tonight, 433-6917. Call me, text me, and if you need me to pick you up, give me a call, 433-6917. It's all virtual, and I will send you the link. Have a wonderful day. Keith, is there some final remarks you need to say before we shut up?
Yeah, Dave, I'm sorry. I was trying to get on. What I've been doing was I was trying to the wrong link, and I was running. What happened? But I must commend the panelists. Cancer is a serious thing. It's not a stigma or anything like that. You know, it's just like every other disease you have to live with. And I hope we, the scientists, are able to find a cure or a downer or degrader for this COVID disease, the same way they did for cancer. So everybody have a good evening. Thank you.
That's Keith Cox, president of the International Mansi Bahamas Committee. He'll be chairing the meeting tonight. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Good evening. Hi, Joan.
Okay, good evening all.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.